You are wrong.
Rudia your statement.
When you open your business, ikiwa kwa mind hii, nikifungua hii business, nitaweka WhatsApp niko na 50, niko na more than 100 wanaonanga status.
Yes.
So you change, unadhani how 100 are your customers.
Yeah.
You will cry, you are wrong. Your friends, yes, some will support you,
yes,
but don't depend on them. Open a business ukijua you're going to look for customers out there. Your customers are totally different people. When hata most of them ni watu wenye hujai interact with them. So you'll start creating them from ground.
I would even encourage all other entrepreneurs, like if you want to do something, always have a loan officer on your phone.
Yes.
Who will be able to like, by then nataka kufanya hii na hii na hii. And then they will tell you all the requirements, the rates and nini, and then now you work backwards.
Yes.
That's how I usually approach when I want to borrow money.
Ukiwa na an idea, ama usiamini chenye watu wanasema, don't believe what people say. Jisikiza sauti yako, what's in you, so you can achieve everything that you want, regardless of whom you are. That is.
I like what you said, that sometimes it's beyond this money that you're chasing. Because tunafanya biashara, of course, ndio tutengeneze pesa. But the motivation to keep going every day has to be bigger than money. The motivation to just get money. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Yes, nilisema this channel is mine and yours. Yes, ni sisi wote. And I'm very excited for our conversation today. I have guests, plural guests. And the reason I'm excited is because today's conversation is sort of like a continuation of something very special. So a few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of moderating the Young Africa Works Dialogue, where we had some amazing conversations around unlocking finance for young entrepreneurs in this country of ours. Yani, tunaongea kuhusu. The dialogue was about how to make sure that the young men and women running some amazing businesses in this country of ours are able to access some moolah, some chums, some besha to grow their businesses. And during the 2-day event, I met young women and men from across the country. And today I have invited four of them to join me here for a conversation. Yes. Tunaendelea tu kuongea maneno ya biashara. Because I've realized, I think, more and more, and every day, we have so many young people venturing into business. Like when I decide, hii maneno ya kwenda kuandikwa ofisi, niingia hapo kutoka saa 3 hadi saa 11 si yangu. So I would rather go into entrepreneurship. Yes, and I'm so happy that they have joined me here today because I heard their stories during the 2-day event. And let me tell you, nilisema hizi stories, wacha niwalete pia nyinyi msikie. Because najua sisi mahasla tuko wengi, right? Yeah, so please, a round of applause. Ni applause, sindio? Yes, a round of applause as I introduce my guests. Yeah! Karibuni sana. Yani, it feels so good. Mambo isa. It feels so good because it doesn't feel like, it feels like tunajuana, which is true. Tunajuana. I feel like kama sisi ni strangers.
It's a reunion.
It's a reunion. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in today and taking your time kuja tu hapa tubonge ma story. I'm very excited to see you guys again. And to kick us off, I would like us to start with a round of introduction. Yes? Yeah. So you tell us your name, right? Yeah. Tell us your name. You tell us what your business is about and where you're based. Sindio? Yeah. Good. Haya, tuanzie pale.
Magdalene Muthe. I'm the founder Mosoro Afya Flowers, which is a food processing company that offers nutrition solutions using natural food formulations. So this includes porridge flours, edible oils, granola cereal, healthy snacks here. And
nice.
Our Mosoro is here in Nairobi.
Mosoro?
Afya Flowers.
Afya Flowers.
Yeah.
Karibu sana Magdalene. Good to see you again.
Hi. My name is Irene Balilwa. My business is Thrift. I sell ladies clothes. I'm based in Mukuru kwa Njenga. Yeah.
Good. Kama hiyo yenye umeng'ara sahihi.
Yeah.
Kama hiyo.
Yeah.
Hiyo nikiingia pale naweza fanya hivi nipate.
Yeah.
Very good. Karibu sana Irene.
Thank you.
Yeah, habari zenu. I'm Grace Mivika. I'm an entrepreneur. I deal with cyber services and networking services. Yeah, I'm based at Pipeline. Yeah.
Is the only gentleman among the most amazing ladies. Yes.
My name is Issa Nick, and I'm the founder of Threaded Avenue. I co-founded it with my best friend.
Sorry, what?
Threaded Avenue.
Threaded Avenue, okay.
Yes, and I'm also into beekeeping, and that is Magoya Gold. So Threaded Avenue is based online in Nairobi, and the beekeeping is done in Siaya. Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. I love that we have a mix of biasharas. So for our viewers who are watching, it's possible for you to identify where yako inakaribia gani, ni ya Magdalene, ni ya Irene, ni ya Gladys, ama ni ya Issa. Good. So to start us off, I would like us to go back to the beginning. Najua pale mwanzo. I would really like to hear what was your inspiration for starting your business. Is it from a personal story? Just sometimes inakuanga ni kitu li experience alafu una feel, hey, I think hapa nime identify ka opportunity. Ama is it because of something you had observed in your community? You feel like, hey, hapa I think kuna kagap hapa that I can feel. I'm very curious to hear what the inspiration for your business was. Issa, do you want to start us off?
Okay. So in terms of fashion, my inspiration was to use fashion pieces as one. We use popular culture in order to help change the narrative for things. For example, like people always think African fashion is just Ankara. And so now we want to be able to use fashion to tell African stories and to celebrate like our Africanness. And so that was one of the things that was like the key things that inspired the fashion. For beekeeping, I wanted to do honey because honey is one of the most adulterated substances. And so I saw that I live in a place where I come from a place where there's very little like adulteration of the environment, and so keeping bees just made sense to me, and it was a way that I could actually positively contribute to the society.
I like that. How old is the Threaded business?
The Threaded Avenue started in 2018.
2018,
Yes.
The beekeeping business.
And beekeeping started at 2019.
2019.
Yes.
Very nice. So about 5 years of hustle.
5 years.
Nice. Awesome. I had Gladys.
I'm Grace.
Oh, Grace. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Grace.
It's okay. Okay, I would say my inspiration came from ni personal experience. Whereby back in campus, there was that problem of accessing the computers that ukoshago yani. So maybe applying for help loans, to see there were no cybers in the community.
Yeah.
So unapata during that moment unapata most of the things tuseme like applying those jobs, maybe kazi mtahani, vitu kama hizo, there was that lack of access to internet and the cyber cafes. So my idea came by nikasema I can be the part of this solution whereby inaweza anza kuji-establish, then later on nikipick up I can go and open branches in the rural communities to enable the people in the community wakuwe na access to digital nini. As we all know, the world is transitioning from the analog to digital. Everything is online. So my idea came by at least inaweza saidia watu ku access these digital services. So back in campus, maybe kuandika research, I had to travel a distance kwenda kutafuta cyber ndio nifanye project. Project mpaka at least upate the inetangwa references online, usome vitabu, kutype. So I had to pay 200 shillings kwenda ku access. For a student tunajua that's a very big difficult nini, unaona. So nikaamua tu maybe I can ningie kwa hii nini ya cyber to close that gap. Bearing in mind sijasomea hii nini, my field of study na yenye nafanya ni totally different.
What did you study in university?
I studied Bachelor of Arts in Community Development and Social Work. Yeah, and hii knowledge nimeipata by the through SWICT online programs na Cisco networking.
Yeah, very good. Biashara umeifanya for how long sasa?
It's around 2 to 3 years.
3 years.
Inaenda kufika 3 years.
Nice. And so far bado tuko Nairobi, tuko pipeline.
Yeah,
but bado the dream is still there ya kuhakikisha ushago bado watu wanafikiwa.
Yeah.
Very good. Asante. Irene,
Yes.
tuambie.
Nimefikiwa. Okay. Mine started as I'm a survivor of GBV. I was abused since I was young, and then I had a problem with self-esteem. So the only thing that will give me back your identity ilikuwa dressing. So I really liked dressing. But when nilienda campus, I did something different from fashion. I did criminology. And I think I was doing criminology because I wanted to heal me. I was trying to heal through studying criminology because I wanted to know why will someone decide I want to rape you? Why will someone decide I want to abuse this kid? So nipata job with Wangukanja Foundation, and then I started working with survivors. And then sometimes back in 2023, I was in a very abusive marriage. I lost my marriage, and at the same time I lost my job. So with 2 kids, no job, no everything. So now nikakuwa na depend on people. And that's when someone linked me to Crew because I remember first you have to go and get psychological help. And then I went to Crew to get psychological help. So by that time, Crew had a program, a Jasiri program, that is being funded by MasterCard. And in Jasiri program, they were like, now we see you are healed and you don't have a job. What if we give you money? Do you think you can go into entrepreneurship? And then I was like, let me go think. Because sikutaka I get the grant, na yet sitaki kuitumia. Because most of the time people get grant, you end up using it.
Yeah.
So my counselor told me, she's called Kate, first go look for your money, open a small business. So that if that business will work, that means even if we give you a grant, you'll put it in business.
Yeah.
And that's when that idea of, I really love fashion. I'm this kind of person. Hata ningeitwa meeting in ghetto, because I'm from ghetto, Mkuru kwa Njenga, I'll show up dressed. Ile mpaka una feel you're out of place. And I was like, that's when I went into business. I started my business last year.
Okay.
But by now, it's has really picked. I sell thrift. Jumpsuit, I sell palazzo and dresses. I just nime focus kwanza kwa ladies.
Okay.
But in future I want to have a mix both ladies and men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is quite a powerful story.
Yeah,
That is quite a powerful story. You mentioned Crew. Crew.
Crew, yeah.
What does it stand for?
Crew Center for something.
Okay, tutatafuta meaning.
Yeah, sure.
But thank you so much, Irene, for sharing that with us. That is quite a powerful story. A great motivation to ukiingia kwa biashara unakimbia nayo vibaya sana.
Exactly.
Magdalene.
From my parents are entrepreneurs, so I grew up being able to engage with business from a very young age. Actually, when young, my mom would have us taught us how to make popsicles, and we would sell in the estate, and we made a lot of money. Yeah, so I grew up and I was constantly engaged with my parents' business, and I knew that I'd be an entrepreneur. I didn't know how to do anything else. Going to campus, I studied BCom to be an entrepreneur, but after leaving campus, I went back to work for my parents.
Yeah.
While at it, COVID struck, and I was home. At that particular time, I was running their hotel. And when COVID came and we were home, so I began making recipes. And those people, once I like something, I'll try and sell it.
Yeah.
So I would make granola, pancake mix, and I'd post that on social media. So during the same period, you remember with COVID, persons with underlying issues were were high risk or considered high risk, and we were not allowed to move from one town to another.
Yeah.
So my mom was in Nakuru County and I'm in Nairobi, and she was sick. And a few months into COVID, I think with the stress and isolation, she began getting sicker and sicker, and she could barely eat. And so I went online, began to research possible foods that could help her, and I was able to make a blend of porridge flour. You know, Kenya, when anybody is sick, that's the first food that we give them. So I made her porridge flour with my blender, packed it, katuma na G4S. You remember back then, time ya COVID, you had to completely seal your package to move to another county. We sent it to her and she loved it. It became the only food she was able to eat during this period. And we did this constantly, month after month. And she loved the product, and I just thought, why not package this product and post it on social media. So once I posted, I got so many inquiries on this particular product, and then I began to take the business seriously on food production. Yeah, so that is how Mosoro began. Yeah.
Wow. It's so interesting to hear the motivation behind the biasharas that we all run, right? From Isa wanting something, as in him wanting to give something back to the community through his beekeeping business, alafu wanting to tell a different African story through Threaded Avenue, yes. Watu wasijue tu kitenge tu sio. It's not the only thing that you can get from Africa. Kuna vitu mingi. To Grace akiwa campus, alafu anataka kufanya final project, but there's no cyber, there's no internet. To Irene, from a very traumatic story, but now to this very powerful story that you are hearing now, na biashara yako yenye ime take off na inaenda kabisa. To Magdalene, yani the importance of family. Na sometimes kumbe inspiration ya biashara inaweza toka kwa familia. Because seeing your parents just be entrepreneurs, you knew for sure. Walikuwa unajua huko ndio unaelekea. But they not at any single point uliona unaenda 9 to 5. That never occurred to you after campus?
I tried, because lazima ufanye attachment, and I really struggled. Being in that particular setup. I think mainly mindset. I would really struggle with not getting things done, because you know, na bureaucracy, you're not the final say. Yeah. So trying internship, I just knew that
it is not for me.
I cannot give them value, and they cannot give me value back. Yeah.
I like that. They say running a business is never easy. Biashara inakwanga na kupanda na kushuka. So when you were starting out at the very beginning of your biashara, what are some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome those challenges? Irene.
Okay. When I started business, my idea was official. Because that's what I loved.
Yes.
What I didn't know that is what I love, but that is not what my clients want. So nikaleta official trouser, and then one thing nilipoenda Gikomba, the official trouser were very cute and affordable price, so nikachukua mingi. First I was given a grant of 25,000, so I had another cash, so nikaleta a stock of 10k. I'm telling you, I didn't sell
not a single piece.
Okay, I had to hawk to sell them.
Yes.
Because at the hapo penye nauzia, because I have a kibanda, it was not working. So I had to go to offices and look for my friends who are employed and make them buy. Because hapo haziendi, because that is not what they want. So customers would come and ask them, what do you want me to sell for you? Nini mnataka? And then they'll tell me, next time kenda soko situletee hizi, tuletee mami jeans, tuletee hizi. And I was like, kumbe, before you open a business, first go jaribu jua what your target market inataka.
Yes,
not what you want.
Yes.
So what I love is not what they love. So that is a mistake I did, na nika learn from there. So the moment I started, sasa kama hizo, up to now I still have very cute official trousers at equal to, if someone asks for them,
Unawaambia
ziko pale.
Yeah.
But the moment nilianza sasa kuleta what the customers want, so angenunua and ask them next time niwaletee nini. You see, I created a group and I was like, what do you want? Another mistake I did is opening a business thinking that your friends will support you. You are wrong.
Say it louder.
You are wrong.
Rudia your statement.
When you open your business, ikiwa kwa mind, hey, nikifungua hii business, nitaweka WhatsApp, niko na 50, niko na more than 100 wanaonanga status.
Yes.
So you change, unadhani how 100 are your customers.
Yeah.
You will cry, you are wrong. Your friends, yes, some will support you,
yes,
but don't depend on them. Open a business ukijua you're going to look for customers out there. Your customers are totally different people. When hata ujai, most of them ni watu wenye ujai interact with them. So you'll start creating them from ground, from scratches. So that is another mistake I did. And I was like, if you're pale mpaka I was like, nilikuwa naona my friends like ni fake.
Unaweza kuwakachia.
Unaweza kuwakach. Msego sinaonanga kivaa hizi ngombo na hajachukua zangu. That is a mistake I did. Yeah, and I learned from there, and I just nilianza ku create my customer from scratch to penye tuko sai.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Those are very good challenges and very good lessons learned.
Exactly.
Magdalene.
My biggest challenge was exposure, considering the food production was a completely new industry. Because starting out, I would make, those DIY, make your own granola at home. So you get to a point you realize that it is not scalable, but I have no idea how to transform my home kitchen to a factory. So that really strained my growth. So it took me a very long time to really know that this business could work. Because once now we began we now got the need for mass production. Your home equipment start to break down. Food hygiene now becomes a problem. So it took me a very long time. And so a friend referred me to USAID. They had a Women's Day program, Women's Day celebration. She told me, you have very good products. Can you could exhibit? And now within that space is where I got to meet other entrepreneurs. I got to learn about different food processing companies. And now that I later took a course on women in agribusiness. And then now I have an idea, I have exposure on how big Bosoro can be and how fast we can grow.
Have you managed to move from your kitchen in the house?
Yes. Now we have
a different space.
Yes, now we have a factory. So after now going to that particular program, then I also learned of incubation facilities like Kirdi. There's another called Somo. We began our production I moved from my home kitchen. I began production at Somo. Was able now to make standard products that are fit for the market. And now last year we were able to set up our own factory.
Oh wow! Yay! Makofi kwako. Oh wow, that's very good. From a challenge to a victorious.
But then the learning curve can be shorter if people have more exposure to opportunities in the market.
Yeah, I like that. Grace.
Kwangu my biggest challenge, actually there are two. Ya kwanza ilikuwa lack of finance, and the other one was a lack of enough digital literacy, that is the knowledge to kufanya hiyo biashara. So in terms of the knowledge, hapo ndio nilianza kumanuva online, nikiangalia zenye maybe najua kama una funds hata fees uweza afford ya kwenda shule. So I had to look for the free courses online, maybe YouTube, kuna bloggers wanafunza for free kugain viewers, unaona. So I had to follow, nikapata the knowledge I required. So hapo ndio nilikuja nikajua the ACWICT yenye ina offer the overall course na basic like you can learn ni kama mtu mwenye ako shule. Then about the finance, actually nilianza ile unaambiangwa start with what you have. I started with one computer. This ile ya motivation speakers, by the way. It's a real experience. One computer, a printer, and a dream. So hii pesa yote ilitoka kwa help and some nikapewa tu na family and friends. Ndio raise kununua a printer. You know, a printer cost around 50,000 shillings. Kwanza nilianza na hii ya yenye black and white. And you know, kitu kama passport wezitoa black and white. So after some time, after biashara imepick, someone introduced us kwa Equity Chamas. That's why tukaendelea na savings. Hapo unachukua loan at lower interest. That's how I picked. Sasa niko na over 10 computers kwa cyber yangu, printers.
Hey. Yeah. You see, this is what I meant by mimi nilisikia there's powerful stories during the 2-day event, and I said, you know what, I feel like I want to bring you guys here. You share the same stories because I am very sure tuko wengi. Like the people, there are so many. Okay, wacheni nijitoe kwa hiyo list because even the government does not recognize me as youth. Miaka imekata. So I know there are so many young people who are here, who are watching us, and they are running the same businesses as you guys. So by the time you are done with this conversation, I'm sure kila mtu atakuwa ameenda na 2 tips. Pia mimi, because I'm also a small business owner. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing these stories. Yani inanibamba sana. Isa, hebu tuambie yako some of the challenges you faced.
So for mine, it is on the 2 businesses. So starting with farming was like, I'm a 3rd generation beekeeper. However, we did not, like growing up, I didn't have you're being taught on like how to keep bees and everything. And so when I wanted to start, I was like, since my grandmother has kept bees, my mom has kept bees.
Yeah.
Maybe let's start. So hapo ndo penye niliteguka. So when I was buying my beehives, I got beehives, but now they turned out to be fake. Yes, there's something like fake beehives. So
wait, what does that mean?
Yeah, the wood that they used is like deterrent to the bees.
Okay.
So each time bees zinakuja na zinaenda. And you know, now that was you're starting. So you have all these hopes and everything, and now it was like completely dashed. And so one of the things that I had to deal with first is the internal conflict of maybe you aren't supposed to do this, you know. And so now you had to like get back and ask yourself, why did you, like, you have to go back to the end in mind and just think, why did you want to start doing this thing from the get-go? And so like yo kujihurumia, like getting over it, that was one. And so what I did was I just approached a couple of friends, my best friends, and my grandmother. And so I just asked them if they could also join in, and we started doing agribusiness together. And through that, now we were able to like repair the hives, and we were able to also now diversify into things like pig farming and doing cereals. And when we started doing that, tuliamua go big or go home. Since we are from Nyanza, unajua. So we decided, we leased land, and we had like 5 acres of land where we wanted to do beans and maize. But we tulipanda, but we didn't do one important thing. We didn't test the soil. So when we didn't test the soil, kila kitu, 5 acres. Gone. And now, you know, you've gotten your closest people around. And so for me now, over there is where, as an entrepreneur, you learn that you need to communicate. One, facts don't remain, like facts don't disappear just because they've been ignored. So you had to address that issue. I was just very fortunate to have understanding support system. And so like we are rebounding, and so I think things are looking up on that side. For fashion, the bigger issue, we didn't have a huge issue about friends. Me, I've been lucky that our first sales were on the same day we produced, and they were from friends.
Okay.
So we were lucky on that. But after that, it kind of dried out. And then now COVID struck. So when COVID struck, we had to now start thinking. My best friend is in Mombasa, I'm in Nairobi. And so we couldn't at least start brainstorming and all that stuff. So now one of the things that we had to do is we work on our communication. So it was like we have meetings that this is what you want to achieve, and you communicate. And so through that, we were able to like build our website. Him in Mombasa, me in Nairobi. And so we started selling globally. And so when we started selling globally, our Shopify website iliangushwa tena.
Kwa nini?
We were infringing copyrights.
Hey.
So that is now where you come and we decided, okay, let's do this thing. There's no copying of other people. And so we started doing our own designs and started selling. And now, through that whole period, you're just solving problem after problem after problem. And now that's what you realize, that entrepreneurship is also that whole journey of you just tackle the issues as they come.
Yeah.
It's like driving at night. The next step. So yeah, we started selling globally, and so at least now we can say that our clothes now have been able to be sold in at least 4 continents.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's one of those stories that at least you're proud that you can even tell your grandchildren and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the experience also that has been very fulfilling for me.
Wow, I like that. 4 continents.
Yeah, nimesahau kuambia.
Eh.
I also tried selling fish. And that's another one thing I didn't know is you can't do what you don't love.
That's true, yeah.
So that fish I end up tulikula fish.
Mimi nafikiria unasema
it didn't
samaki
work.
staki.
It didn't work. Because nili realize I was doing something I don't love. I was just selling fish because I saw someone selling fish and she was making
but it
cash.
wasn't your passion.
Yeah, it was not my passion. First, fish has a lot of work and it needs care. If you don't, someone aligigia kwa mlango hivi anajua tu Irene is selling fish.
Yes.
So that's another mistake I did. The way she's saying you can't do a business when it's not in you. It has to be a passion. There must be something that is motivating you. Yeah, so that you can do a business. That's something I learned.
I like that. But I have a question for Isa. You say your grandma was a beekeeper.
Yeah.
Your mom was a beekeeper.
Yeah.
And then you decided you wanted to be a beekeeper. And it's from observing how they had done it, ukaona haiwezi kuwa ngumu hivyo. Hata mimi naweza jaribu. But I'm curious, why did you ever talk to them before you decided to set up your hives?
Yes, but they were also saying that they were keeping it like as a hobby.
Biashara.
So they're like, this is from our farm. So yeah, just for that like prestige. But for me, I wanted to be a large scale beekeeper. So hata nilikuwa naona, sasa nyinyi wenye mnafanya vitu small time.
Mimi sitaki kufanya hivyo. Mimi nataka kufanya big time.
Mimi nataka kufanya big time and I want to do it on my own terms. But now, when you fail also it is on your own terms. So, yeah. Yeah,
because I was like, kwa nini ununue beehive yenye iko na mbao? Enye is not the right one if you had seen grandma and mom run the same kind of business.
But the way that they were making their beehives was that walikuwa wanakata mti.
Wanajitengenezea. Okay.
And to see that is also not scalable. It's not a scalable habit because it was also unaanza stories of deforestation pia.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay. Yeah, but it's interesting, and there has been so many lessons learned from your journey. It's interesting to see. Yeah, but as Isa said, hiyo ni ukweli. Biashara zinakuanga hivyo. Biashara, you learn every day, but every day there's a challenge and ya leo, but kesho utakuwa overcome your challenge na ukasonga mbele. Also, I believe it's the only way to truly grow, right?
But it also grows your confidence because every problem that you solve, you're like, hata hii yenye nakuja,
At you, I got
it.
Niko tu sawa. I love that. So they say that running a business is about identifying an opportunity.
Yeah.
Even the smallest of opportunities. Like unaangalia hivi, unaona hapa kuna kakitu. Hapa kuna kitu naweza fanya. So as young men and women who've been in business for a while now, how would you say that you go about that? Is it from observing the community around you and you feel like there are a few challenges here and there and I feel like there's a solution I can offer to these challenges? Or is it from your own personal experience? Or is it from like observing a trend? Sometimes tuko in the digital, Grace Asha sasa we are in the digital era. We live in the digital era. And every day when you're scrolling on TikTok, kwanza ukajipata the business side of TikTok. Umejipata the business side of TikTok. Yeah. Oh, unakanga hivi ukijipata umelala unasema na vile nimeona biashara ni mingi za kufanya. Yeah, so how do you go about identifying that opportunity as a business person? Anyone can go first.
It is my opinion that entrepreneurs are constantly generating ideas. So I think throughout my teenagehood in campus, I'd have so many ideas every day that I want to do this, but I noticed that my ideas would always revolve around food, nutrition, health, fitness. But I'd have so many ideas. Hadi one time nikasema, these ideas, if I don't capture them, then I might lose them and maybe have no ideas in future. So I began writing my ideas, and I noticed kitabu imejaa, and I've not begun any business. So I banned this book and say, if any idea repeats itself, then I know it will be the one. Though, of course, then being an entrepreneur is the ability to execute these ideas. And in business, like Issa said, it is you constantly have to generate new ideas to solve even problems within the business. So if I copy Irene's business, I'm likely to get stuck because I cannot continue generating ideas within the business. So I think it's a gift or something that entrepreneurs have to be able to see opportunities and generate ideas on a daily basis. Yeah.
Okay, to me, what I've learned is business. I'll give an example where penye nauzia, most people sell hizo nguo za isili. And someone told me, hapa hutaweza mtumba. And I was like, I'll try. Yes. So the first time after changing, I started selling jumpsuit. But I started selling hizi zenye unanunua 100 bob and then you sell them at 300. And they will go. And someone told me that if you try to bring something expensive here, you won't sell. And I was, one day nikaenda Kikomba and I was like, today I'm trying. I'm not taking anything for 100 bob. Ndachukua camera. And camera you take it at some like 700 and you sell it at 1,200. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, niliuza kushinda the way nauza.
Zile za 100.
Yeah. And I was like, people want. Unajua wamezoea kuletea hizo mbaya. Now they have gotten someone mwenye anawaletea something good.
Yeah.
And I will sell them. And until someone asked me, what are you, unafanya nini? And I was like, everyone wants something good. Let's break that monotony that people from ghetto wanataka do something bad, wanapenda vitu ya rahisi. Just try, bring something good and you will sell. Another thing nililearn in business, the way amesema, it's idea. Every day it's a new idea. I started with jumpsuit and then an idea came like, what if we have jumpsuit and dresses? And then ikaenda kwa dresses. And then kidogo it's about June, July, August kutakuwa na baridi. So brings jumpsuit zipunguke, dresses zipunguke, and then bring a lot of something warm.
Yes.
Because saizi ukileta anything warm, saizi inaenda sana. So saizi ukiangalia ana concentrate sweaters, jacket, trench coat, you see. So someone told me, you know what you're doing. one thing I learned in business, don't take advice from people. Do what you think it's right.
Yeah.
Ukifail hapo mbele, you will learn from your own mistake.
That's
Not
true.
that someone alikuambia anything.
Yeah.
Someone told me that, unaona hii unafanya, you don't know kama business yako ina grow or not. But one thing nililearn is I do what I think it's best for me. Even if nikifeel like kuuza jumpsuit can hold on for sometimes, niuze sweater, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So nilikaja nikajua business is about idea. Every day you grow every day, you change every day. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So understanding your market. Na unajua vile market yako inaenda.
Yeah. Like saizi ikifika hapo December, like najua wakati wa baridi ikisha, then I'll start them bringing tena ni nguo gani zina fit that weather. Is it short skirt, is it sleeveless, is it tops, is it, so that's what I do. Yeah.
Ifike December tuseme tunaenda ushago na lazima tukue tumengara. Sasa unatutafutia hizo.
Unatafutia sasa hizo.
Yeah. I like that. Grace.
Okay, as for me, naweza sema entrepreneurship, chenye nimejua actually hata through these talks, it's not all about making money. There is that the gap you want to close in the maybe community. So hiyo ndio unapata ina keep pushing. For instance, kama mimi I would say in the tunajua IT, most probably kuna that norm inasema it's a male dominated industry. So unapata when I have that passion, by the unasoma vitu zingine mpaka you are like ai ingi networking runs kupanda kwa posti za stima, like run those cables naona. So unapata with that passion ina keep that you're pushing, ina push you, yani ukifanya ile kitu yenye ulikuwa unataka na unajua unataka nini, kuachieve nini, close which gap, unapata you will move on. Unaona? So I would say ukiwa na an idea ama usiamini chenye watu wanasema, don't believe what people say. Jisikize sauti yako, what's in you, so you can achieve everything that you want regardless of whom you are. That is, yeah.
I like what you said, that sometimes it's beyond this money that you're chasing. Because tunafanya biashara, of course, ndio tutengeneze pesa. But the motivation to keep going every day has to be bigger than money. The motivation to just get money. I think that is very powerful. Isa.
Okay, so if my approach in looking for opportunities is kind of, I think it's unique to me, or because it's a mixture of different things. So one thing is that amongst the people who know me, that you can get me entertained if you leave me with a notebook and a calculator. That's all I need. So what I usually do is I just spew out ideas like wholesaling mitumba is a good idea. Nayandika. I write all these things that can be done, that I've seen other people doing. And then now there is this point of inflection where, like, what are the things that make me happy? You know? And so from the things that make you happy, you start crossing out the list, you know? And there are also things that come naturally to you. So like as a creative, I can drum, I can draw, you know, I like styling people say that I dress well. So now, from there, I'm like, okay, so fashion inaka kama kitu naweza fanya. And then now you plug into your other abilities. Like if you can write well, if you can write poetry, now you add value like that. And so that's one of the things that I use. Like I look inward first. Then kuna hiyo there's a gap in the community and whatever. But sometimes it's not always there's something mind-blowing that you're doing. Because in campus, I started a snack company called Crispy Jambos. And it was because unajua kampo kwa hapo kuna mrembo, then now you want snacks. And then you find that warembo anataka crisps. So you're in campus and there are no crisps. And the crisps that are there, labda ni hizi zenye zimekaa kwa duka hizi za Tenbo. Zimekaa hapo hadi you're seeing that they don't look, zinakaa health risk kidogo. So what I just did was, I was like, since these guys, that they don't have anyone supplying them with crisps, I just went into a place where wanachomanga crisps and I was like, okay, how much is it to do these packets? And I gave them the specifications of the packets based on what Tropical Heat was doing. Alafu, my mom used to sell juice to her office mates, her workmates. And so she was like, there's a place down at Kikorok where you can get flavor for these crisps. And so I was like, okay, fine. So we started selling flavored crisps to tuck shops in campus. And they started flying off the shelves until COVID struck, where now there were no physical classes. And so now there's also hakoka, like the pain that you feel, uko ndani, days where some of the opportunities come. Another thing was statistics. Like, I watch news, and so if you go to news, it's a factory where problems are usually zinatolewa tu. And now that is like an entrepreneur's playground, because now you're like, that's a problem. Okay, you note it down. That's a problem. Then the government always has, we have this potential, but we're only doing this. We have this potential, we're only doing this. That's how I got myself also into beekeeping and thinking that this is a serious thing. Because you find most of the honey comes from East Africa. But most of it is either wasted or contaminated. And so we can't sell it abroad. And then abroad, the bees are dying. There's something called colony collapse disorder that's happening. So it's like, and it's still something that runs in the family. So I'm like, let me just go for it. But you actually feel that this is something that you can do long term. So even if you fail and fail and fail, you're like, this thing has promise.
Resilience.
So you just get some grit and you keep on moving forward. But that's how I usually get ideas. Yeah.
I like that. Na wanasema baadhi ya TB zikaisha kwa hii dunia. Inamaanisha pia us as humans we are done.
You're done. Because they're responsible for 70% of the food that we eat. Yeah.
Interesting. I like that. Na Isa umefanya biashara mingi.
Yes.
Juu alisema juu ya Threaded Avenue hiyo jina sijui nini nakataa kuingia kwa akili. Threaded Avenue and beekeeping. But hapo umetuambia juu ya 5 acres ya kulima mbosho. What else, nini mlikuwa mmelima zingine hapo?
Maize. We did groundnuts. Pig farming. Yes.
And chicken farming. And chicken farming.
No, in different places.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then there was still the potato crisps at some point.
Yes, in campus. And there's more to come. Tutaendelea kuongea.
Bado tutaendelea, utakuja siku nyingine tuambie bado sasa tumeongeza hiyo list. But the thing that I'm getting from this is that we have to keep biashara. Mwana biashara ni kupambana. Unajaribu until you get to the one that actually sticks. And the one that sasa inasema sasa hapa tuko sawa, sasa wacha tupambane na hii. And it's from as in, the kupambana that you actually get to even understand and gain even more knowledge about how entrepreneurship really works. So earlier on, I had asked about the challenges and how you overcame the challenges at the beginning of your biasharas. But now beyond the personal challenges, as a young woman, young women and young man running businesses in our country at the moment, what are some of the challenges that you're currently facing that you feel like are beyond your control, like they are out of your control? For example, when people look at you and they feel like, hey Grace, you're too young. Wewe, nini unajua about kurun biashara? Because I'm sure sisi wote tumepitia hiyo yenye mtu anakuambia you're too young. What do you understand about running a business? Lack of access to funding, like kukaa kama wewe ni mdogo sana, ukiingia kwa bank kuitisha loan unashinda aje sasa utalipa aje hiyo loan. So I'm curious to hear what some of these challenges are that you feel like these ones are beyond my control, out of your control. Yes.
Okay, the first challenge I'll say tunapata like business entrepreneurs is, the first I'll say rent. You see, the government imeka hizo land rates they are so high that the landlords are being forced to increase rent. Because saizi my business is still picking.
Yeah.
And the cheapest house unaweza pata ya rent goes for around 10 and above in Utawala, goes for 10,000, 15,000.
Yeah.
I don't think my business can stand as for now to pay a rent of 15,000, and also because that my business is my work.
Yeah.
It can't stand paying a rent of 15,000 at the same time pay my bills. So no, at the end of the day, most of us, we end up choosing kibanda over kuuzia kwa duka, and maybe online. Another challenge we have is the way you said with banking sector, the formal banking sector. For example, saizi if you go, I was telling someone, if you go for a saizi kuchukua loan, but most of us unaambiwa utapewa loan because maybe the interests are very high. She was telling me the interest they're having for the chama, which it's 15% annual. Was it annually or no?
Yeah, 14% equity.
Yeah, equity.
14%. 14% is still very high.
It's still very high.
High interest.
For someone who is starting a business, 14% is still very high. So you prevent. Also you see, you have first to save for sometimes for you to be given a loan.
Yeah.
I'm starting a business. When you start a business, the business depends on you, like kila kitu.
Fully, yes.
Fully.
Yeah.
You can't start business now expect kulipia bills. So it's like you funding that business until ijisimamie on its own. So if you tell me that I have to save for sometimes for you first to give me a loan, you see it's very hard for me even to go for a loan kwa bank. That's why you see most youth and most young women, they have ideas. But hiyo kwenda where to get funds to push that idea, that's where the problem is. Another challenge I'll say is, I'm from Mkurugenzi, and I told you, the packages some banks were saying, even women don't have idea. They don't have idea that those packages are
exist,
there. Because I don't know if the banks could come. You know, one thing I'll tell you, after that meeting we had in Radisson Blue, the following day I saw Cooperative Bank in Mukuru. And I was like, is it?
Kwa ground.
And they were advertising their packages, and I was, is it from the meeting or it's just, I didn't know. And I was like, if other banks could do this and encourage women even to bank, waende ku bank, because I talked about Shylocks. Most people from Mkurugenzi prefer Shylocks because it's fast.
Yes.
I just go there. Naambia nataka loan ya 20k. What they will just do, immediately they send someone. Naona nikishapiga simu. Immediately they will send someone who will come take pictures. Niki apply leo, by tomorrow I have the loan. At the end of the day, unaona hiyo loan it's fast, but unapata interest. If you take 20, interest yao ni 30 to 50%.
Yeah.
And you have to pay weekly.
Every week.
Yeah. So kwa mfano, if I take 20,000, I have to pay 25,000 to 28,000. And this loan I have to pay within 1 month. If this loan ni ya kuanzisha biashara, chances of my business growing completely imeenda. And on top of it, nimepoteza even what I had. Because obviously itailipa within the agreed period. Na naona nimepeana vitu zangu kama collateral. So I think that's some of the challenges we face us as young entrepreneurs when we want to start a business.
Okay. So lack of access to money,
I think
to finance. That can meet you at your level. Because biashara ukianza, kuna mtu anaanzanga biashara na mapesa mingi, especially for young men and women, right? It's probably the first hustle after campus.
Also, if I don't forget, entrepreneur skills. Do you know most of us start business because nimetafuta job nimekosa, and then the other option. So is it okay ukitafuta job because mtu anakuambia so anzisha biashara?
Ni kweli.
So people think that biashara is just a way out of poverty. People don't have that financial literacy. If you don't have financial literacy, I'm telling you, if you start a business, chances of you failing iko very high. If you can have this financial literacy, iko increased kabisa. So that the only business tunasomanga ni ile shule na tunapatiwa very big maths balance anya tukumbuke at the end of the day. Let's have financial literacy even at a very young age. So that tuna grow tukijua business is not just a way out of poverty, but business is something you can start kama job. Si ati umekosa job ndo unaanzisha business.
Yeah.
You can start business even hata umesoma you anzishe business. Yeah.
Okay, good. Magdalene.
I would say that the environment is not very favorable and conducive for entrepreneurs. Even like the PS mentioned that they're working on decriminalizing entrepreneurship, because in all honesty, sometimes we're treated like criminals while there's no environment to support and nurture an entrepreneur. So I think that needs to be looked at. I know there are institutions that are coming up to support entrepreneurs, but we need more of that. So it is not just my story as Magdalene. When I start a business, I know I can even have the urge to support a larger community. Isikuwe that I'm just doing this for me and my children, so I can be able to look at the bigger picture and how this would support the whole economy. But that can only happen if the environment is favorable.
Yeah. So when you talk about environment, if you can mention exactly, nani hao unaongelesha? Are we talking to the financial institutions? Are we talking to the government? Are we telling them they need to create an environment that favors young men and women who are in business?
All institutions have a role to play, like the government could be the county government with how they are treating small businesses, could be the licenses that they play part that we get to pay to the government, or taxation. These things can discourage an entrepreneur, because even sometimes you're required to file taxes, but your business is still not able to do that. So yes, the government can play in that form, financial institutions as well, because why would they want to have a share of our proceeds once we are grown, but they distance themselves?
They don't want to be part of the journey from the beginning.
So also banks to play, to come and try and support businesses from when they begin. And so NGOs also can come, and if they're able to identify an entrepreneur, there are programs like Jasiri that would identify an entrepreneur, equip them, give them resources. There's so much that goes into starting a small business well. Si ati ile unaanza kama just running an M-Pesa shop or a kiosk, but there's so much. If an entrepreneur can be nurtured and supported with resources, then there are higher chances of scaling.
Okay, I like that. Chris.
I would say I think most of the challenges has been highlighted, the crucial ones, since the financial literacy. Another thing to say, for instance, in my field, unapata there is this unastahili uregister na CAK, Communication Authority of Kenya. So unapata during running the cables, kama there is this time unapata KPLC wanakata, ama wakikupata unaweza wekwa ndani, and to get this license ina require around 500,000. So you see they are favoring the big companies kama Safaricom, Airtel, hizo zina big companies ziko na hizo fiber whatever. Lakini ukiangalia for instance, kama mimi nimeanza biashara yangu, siwezi pata hiyo pesa yote kuwalipa ndio nipate that license. Another thing ni about I think naweza sema kuhusu the financial access. Unapata most of the time unaenda kwa bank, unapata maybe you need a certain amount of money. You'll be maybe working with a certain bank for a certain time. Unapata the amount of money yenye unataka hawezi kupea because maybe uja reach that criteria. Yani tuseme wamekuambia you have to save around 100,000 shillings ndani ni upewe maybe and ikimultiply by 5 unapata ndio upewe tuseme 5 million.
Yeah.
But maybe tuseme naenda kama nimesave maybe na 20,000 and nina 200,000, you see they have to at least to consider me.
Yeah.
Waangalie maybe apart from nini collaterals, kuna ile unaangalia the potential of this person, penye ametoka, the progress, biashara yake imekuwa aje. Another thing naizongelelea kuhusu the government bando, yani kanjo. Manze ukianzisha biashara tuseme you have to support from friends. Utaniambia utapata pesa ya license from the start. So unapata ndio umeestablish biashara, umefungua kidogo kanjo from nowhere. Nataka ukatie street fire, yani a lot of things to upate hiyo license. See, wakipata mwenye anaanzisha biashara from scratch, at least they give him or her a grace period.
Yeah.
At least anjinini na wamwambia atalipa by when. See eti awezi kata that tax your license, but there should be that grace period. At least wakikupata ndio umeanzisha, you can communicate, because back in the community ama penye tu tunaishi unapata they come in a way that they are harassing people. Hata ukiona kwa street wanaweza kushika kama ni hao wanjugu kazi, wanamwaga hiyo vitu zao. Wakikuja kama ni kwa kazi they can carry things yani without your consent, wanachukua wanabeba tu wanaenda, unaona. So they harass you, instead muongee you agree ile time utalipa. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Because hatusemi hatutaki kulipa, tunasema tunataka kulipa. But if you could just grant us a period. Yes, yenye inahakikisha at least biashara imeingiza pesa na sasa hizo pesa tunaweza tumia sasa tulipe. Okay, Isa.
Yeah, so when it comes to things that I think are beyond my control, hapo sasa umefungua Pandora's box because there's quite a lot. But just to highlight on some, it's as a farmer, you find that agricultural extension officer, yeah, that's a mythical creature.
Really?
Like, yeah, and a dragon. From where I come from, like
they do not exist.
We don't see them. You know.
Really?
Yeah, most of our extension services are done by private companies, where you'll find that there might be vested interest hapo.
Yeah.
They might be more expensive.
Okay.
So
it's interesting because growing up nilikuwa najua kama kuna mtu ulikuwa unajua lazima atapitia kwa boma yenu.
Yeah.
Kwa an extension officer.
Ironically, for us, it's not the same case. Also, some of the things, one other challenge that I've seen is there's the taxation, where, okay, yes, tax has to be paid, but I usually feel like the government starts at the beginning of the value chain instead of at the end. And I'll just give an example of two industries that are totally unrelated. Now you as a content creator, when you start being taxed, when you are on a TikTok and your iPhone, why can they start taxing you once you have crew and whatever and you've already had a stylist and you'll collect more towards the end. And also now you find that also when it comes into like the farm inputs, where I told you I did chicken, done pigs, we've done like agricultural farming on the ground, and you find like the inputs are so expensive compared to like in Uganda, which is a landlocked country, using the same Mombasa, the same roads. And so now if you're making it so difficult for me to produce from here, how am I going to employ my farm hands? How am I going to buy a car which will empower the motor vehicle industry? You know, those are now some of the missteps that I feel like the government is also doing. Another thing that I feel is beyond my control is the nature of business, especially if your business takes a long time to like peak, or the life cycle of some businesses. For example, for me, I buy my hives. Bees are not going to move in that day. You know, you wait for 3 months and then the bees swarm into the hive. Then you give them 6 months for them to make enough honey for themselves. And then now after 3 months is when you harvest. Now
so that's 9 months.
That's 9 months before you start seeing any
money coming in.
And if you like borrow money, at best you're going to be given a 1 month grace period, right?
Yes, and they expect you
And
to
then
start
now you
paying the
start
following
paying.
month. Yeah.
And so even when we were at the Young African Dialogues, one of the things that I was really advocating for is like if they can have staggered payments, where according to the nature of your business, if you're supposed to pay 30K per month, they give you maybe a grace period of like 3 months and then even 6 months.
Yeah.
And then as you're beginning, like you pay 15, and then now you go into the 30. Because either way, sawa, I'll borrow money, I'll show you my fancy statements in there.
Yeah.
And then if I cannot pay,
Yeah.
we will spend the same 6 months, 7 months, 9 months running after each other. Naona loan officer nachomoka, naambia mtoto mwambie siko. Yeah, so now what's the use?
Yeah.
Like if you just structure this in a way that also you feel like there's dignity in borrowing, where that also comes in, where loan sharks now there's just no dignity in borrowing. And so I feel like that is an avenue where we have no power, but it's something that can be easily worked on. Now, when it comes to the fees, there's been concerns about uko kwa kibanda. I used to sell chips. I used to have a kibanda for chips also. So, I remember when they come, they're not uniformed. One. As you say, wanakuja ni kama we ni mwizi. Wanakuja wanakudai. And now, you know, the thing is, you don't even know if this is the guy you're supposed to be paying because there's no identification. Yes. Now you can imagine my first month of operating. Mtu tu anakuja, anaulizia pesa, so unatoa unalipa. And then a different person comes
and asks for the same amount of
unatoa
money.
tu unalipa. So like you now use your neighbors. You're like
Knew you.
Yeah, and then they're like knew you. So you pay. And you know, now that is so informal. It is so informal. Yeah. And then now another thing is if we could just pay and then it's like billed, like we have a text. See, that's how we pay fare.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we pay for coppers and all that stuff. So even the licenses, like why do I have to get all that 15 there? Si nimelipia for this month, you can see the text. Ama nimelipia for this week. Yeah, and you can operate in a way that at least, because also entrepreneurship is about cash flow. So if you're draining your cash flow on the compliance, what are you going to sell? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, kwa hayo machache.
Yeah.
One thing to add, I'm a beneficiary of Jasiri program, and this is what I said to Kyoko. I remember James Mwangi saying that some of these things it's not easy. And I was like, it can be achieved. Like in Jasiri program, they have partnered with a loan agency called the Chego, where young entrepreneurs like us, women, mostly survivors of GBV, can get a loan at a very reasonable rate. Yeah. So the interest is 8% annually. And you get, when you take a loan, they give you a grace period of 2 months. And then you are given 18 months to pay that loan. So that is so reasonable. Yes. 2 months, the business can start paying itself. Yeah. 18 months, hata kama unachukua 20,000, it's so reasonable. You get a very grace period of paying your rent. Loan, and then the interest is 8% annually. It's like, so this is what they do. If they give you a loan, they already deduct their interest. So you just pay the loan, but interest is already deducted. Yeah. So that period of 18 months, there's no other interest that will be added. So that gives you, as a young entrepreneur, enough time and period to pay a loan. So I was like, if a small organization like
that is able
to do that, Equity Bank, all other banks, they're just being rigid. It is workable. It's something they can just sit down and come tailor-made something that is workable for young entrepreneurs who want to start a business. Yeah.
I like that. In that example that you've given for Jasiri. Sorry, Graces.
I wouldn't ningeambia nani, sorry, si nani?
Isa.
But I think Mwangi addressed about the hiyo loan borrowing ya farmers. There is alisema unaweza ona relationship manager, maybe if you are not familiar with the loans. Kuna yenye unapata kama if you are doing farming uwezi pewa loan kama mtu kama mimi naenda kuestablish something na nianze kuingiza. So there is that loan yenye imetengwa candles for farmers. Unaweza chukua upewe maybe those kama ni mahindi whatever, yani wanachukua the ile time kitu yenye umepanda or what something that you are doing, ile period yenye itachukua ndio uanze kuingiza the capital. So there is that thing kwa hiyo kuna hiyo loan yani imetengwa kwa agribusiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you bank with them?
Yes, actually.
You do? Umesikia
sana.
hiyo offering wako nayo?
Yeah, I do, and it's actually a personal experience where there are some loans that you can do that, and there's some, like there's always a caveat with that, because okay fine, you're giving me a grace period and you want me to give you security. Naitoa happy. So yes, there's that, but fika kwa ground. Like I encourage you, start farming and go to Equity na ulizia. You know, so there's they will give you highlights of the product.
Yeah.
They'll give you that thing to enter the branch. But then after that, how practical is it? Because, you know, at the end of the day, and I'm a very huge, in fact, I think Equity has been very instrumental in my financial journey.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to record keeping, Equity ilitukalisha, it showed us how to do the record keeping. If it's financing, I've gotten financing for my farming, but through a chama. Because now Apple hakuna collateral.
Yes.
So yeah, again, it is solving problems using different ways. But trust me, no one is going to sit down and like start telling you, ati wewe, and then they start crafting something. It's like you to now sit down. The bank will tell you, we have all these things.
Yeah.
And then now, you're like, okay, nikiweka hii na hii na hii na hii na hii pamoja. Now, that is where they connect. And so, yeah, I'm aware, and in fact, I'd even encourage all other entrepreneurs, like if you want to do something, always have a loan officer on your phone.
Yes.
Who will be able to like, by then nataka kufanya hii na hii na hii. And then they will tell you all the requirements, the rates and nini, and then now you work backwards.
Yes.
That's how I usually approach when I want to borrow money. Yeah.
Okay. So there are the challenges are many, but I feel like the biggest one is lack of access to finance, to funding. Ndio tuweze kugrow. Na unanidio kugrow biashara, si ndio? Na kama kuna kitu nashinanga nikiambia watu, naambia watu, mimi kama kuna kitu napenda ni loan. Because loan inanisaidianga kufurther life yangu. Like it's that money, if you know you have a good plan for it, inakusaidia sana ku move to the next level, and especially kwa biashara. So I feel like the biggest challenge here that you're talking about is lack of access to this money.
Yeah.
Because the financial institutions, the formal ones, of course they have their whole criteria of how you qualify for that loan, but it does not meet the needs of the young man and woman pale mwenye anaanzisha biashara. Si ndio? Na hapo ndio tunahitaji usaidizi. Hakuna mtu yohitaji usaidizi sasa biashara hivi grow imemake mamilioni. Usaidizi unahitaji sasa unaanza. So I feel like this is a call out to the financial institutions, right? Like we are talking to them directly. And I'm very curious to hear for those who happen to watch this episode. Na kama una watch na unajua mtu anafanya kazi kwa please share. Tuma share, because I'm very I would be it would be very interesting to see what they would tell us about what the kind of services they offer for an upcoming entrepreneur, sindio? For someone who's starting out. Maybe nimeanzisha, yes, I have maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4 years in the business, maybe 5 years. Hapo tunataka kujua zile facilities mko nazo zenye zina favor young men and women who are running businesses in this country, because there's so much potential, right? And we contribute a lot to the GDP, right? Of our country, sindio? Like imagine sisi wote tukaweza kupata, kila mtu akaweza kuwa biashara zote zetu hapa, that you are at least able to get that funding that you need to take your business to the next level. right? Do you have any employees at the moment?
I have 3.
You have 3. Sasa ukapata hiyo facility yenye una need, unaona biashara yako, potential ya biashara yako inaweza employ watu wangapi?
I'm thinking about another 15, 10. Yeah.
Look at that. Na tunaongea juu ya unemployment in our country. Ati my youth hawana kazi, but the opportunities lie here, right? Na we only need one thing. Yani ni kitu tu moja tuna need ndio tuende to that next level. So please, financial institutions, able come talk to us in the comment section. Tell us the facilities that you have, the services that you have, the loans that you have for small businesses, and then tuone vile tunaweza saidiana kutoka hapo, si ndio? And the financial institutions, like you mentioned, Jasiri, that are already offering these facilities to young men and women in business, wakuja tuambia hapo. Juu anaweza kuwa wako, maybe ni sisi hatujui. Maybe we only know about banks, but maybe there are all these other institutions wenye wanaweza saidia. Si ndio? Good. So now, because we've spoken on the challenges, I'm wondering what kind of support or partnerships do you feel you need to take you to the next level as a business person? And I want to start with you, Isa. Tumekuwa tukianza sana na wasichana.
So in terms of industry players like government, NGOs, so there's a very good government body. No, it's not even a government body. The Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce. And what the the
Kenya
National Chamber of Commerce,
yes,
what they do is, at least once you get membership, it would be good to be part of a community. And why I think that they would work very well with small businesses is that some of the government funding, like Akina Uwezo Fund and the Youth Enterprise Fund, they usually want you to have someone else in the industry to second you. It would be like some guarantor, something for you to get that funding as an individual. So if you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, I wouldn't have to go out and start looking for like some godfather or something to start. Like through being a member and cultivating that relationship with the chamber, they would be able to vouch for me. Like, for example, there's an organization called Rotaract, where you can't be a member. You're just not given membership like that. There's a certain number of meetings that you have to attend, a certain number of events. And so now, also to be members of the Chamber of Commerce, they can have their criteria where, like, to show that you're a serious member and a serious entrepreneur who has a business that is scalable and a business that is compliant. And so they can always come in to vouch for you so that you're able to access the subsidized funds. I think that would be amazing. And then there are a lot of programs out there, because I got entrepreneurship training from a program by the NILAB. It's called the Next Economy program, and it equipped us with entrepreneurial knowledge. I would challenge the government and also those private people to like come together and actually amplify whatever they are doing for the people who are out of school. If you're in school, it's just like ingiza hiki tu kwa curriculum vizuri, so that we know what is expected of us as entrepreneurs. Hata kama now, because life happens, and so even if life pushes you to start a business, ni kitu yenye umekuwa ukisomeshwa from class 1, 2, 3, filing returns.
At least you have an understanding.
You
have
know
the basics.
You even know the importance of paying this tax. Some people are just like, you're taxing us. Why? Mbona unachukua pesa yangu?
But you see, nobody taught us.
No one taught us.
Everything else apart from taxation.
Exactly. So me, I know how a flower is being pollinated. Nini. But now, when KRA is busy claiming that I have, what are they called? Penalties. I'm like, how? Where did they even come from?
That is what penalties nini exactly.
Exactly. Now you really don't know. And so now those are the small things that can also help us moving forward.
Okay. All right. Chris.
I would say about the partnership, tunasema when the financial or funding is crucial, I would say about digital literacy, but the trainings. Tuseme nikipata pesa without the knowledge of spending that money, ama tuseme kama my business field that is, kama without that knowledge, hata sahi unipe tuseme 1 million, when invest in that field, you know, sina that broad knowledge kwa tuseme in this IT field sector. So unapata nikiwa na a lot of knowledge, I can tuseme naweza expand my business in various fields. Naweza anza kutengeneza maybe designing websites, naweza yani expand to business. For me, I need more of literacy, digital literacy, that's training. Hii naisema kwa sababu most of the free courses unazipatanga online. Remember online kuna those distractions. Uwezi soma ni kama uko unafundishwa na tuseme lecture or someone physical. So I would say maybe kama I think SWICT ndio ina nurture women when you are interested in kuingia ICT. Yani hiyo transition women from the hiyo analog era to digital world. That is women and young youths. So naweza maybe for example, kama there is that opportunity to enroll myself in a physical class, that would be nice. Najua I will sharpen up my skills, nitasoma vizuri compared to the online. Naweza shika saa hii kidogo kuna ile utaona kuna kitu kingine unastahili ufanye utoke, lakini unaona kama ni physical class you have to, kama ni 3 hours you have to be there
for the 3 hours.
Kama ni practical kama sasa inaisoma hiyo inaitwa Cisco Packet Tracer. Hiyo sasa ni ya Cisco inaitwa Cisco Kenya. Ya kitu kama hiyo ina deal na network. Unapata hiyo Packet Tracer sasa inakufunza kutengeneza network online. Lakini tuseme for instance kama ni physical, unaweza nipea router na unaini switch, yani physical things. Iko na more
but the practical skills
kuliko ile, yani hiyo ya online ina confuse some, unangangana you strain a lot. But the physical thing, yani unafanya tu practical, unaona network imerun, naweza connect run. Yani there is that thing, ukiona pia wewe imeconnect na physical thing, una feel that motivation, nimeifanya, unaona. That's what I would say.
Okay, so upskilling.
Upskilling.
Irene?
Okay, to me, one thing is, I told you I love fashion. And before even I started selling thrift for ladies, there's this lady, anaitwa Donnie. She sells very nice thrift. And every time I just looked up to her. And then I was like, she's doing a very amazing job. The way I've seen her journey, mpaka saizi she has a very nice shop where she's selling very nice thrift. And I was like, if people like her could be encouraged to mentor young ladies like us who are growing into entrepreneurship, because I know what she's doing. What she's doing, and if she can give back to the society, I think she can create a very strong women in that business, because this is someone you saw akianza chini and now she has a very beautiful shop. And it's not, people believe thrift is cheap. People believe thrift, you know, when ukisema tu mtumba, someone ana believe to, but they are very nice mtumba clothes, they are very nice thrift clothes that are going at that higher price. If you get that someone to mentor, I think some of us need mentorship. And then another thing is digital literacy on how to sell online. You know, like the way nikwambia, most of us just think maybe thrift, opening a business, but there are women who are selling. So is it TikTok? There are women who have TikTok as their shop. If you can get that digital literacy, because as I said earlier, rent is very expensive. I'm telling you, I have a kibanda, normal kibanda kwa soko, but I'm paying 5,000
for the kibanda
every month. You see, if we can get that knowledge on how to sell. Yes, I know how to sell your online, but sina your knowledge yenye na style kuwa nayo kabisa, so that I can even attract more clients to sell online. Another one is, if like the way she said, if you see someone, if like me niko na business size, if there's someone who is there who's feeling like this Irene, if we can push, she can do something good, she can go. Let's learn investing in young entrepreneurs. She's doing, like, for example, she's selling bees. If we can get someone who can invest, imagine someone investing in him. You know, now your production it increase.
Yeah.
It'll create employment. It'll solve a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
If you can get someone who can invest in young entrepreneurs, like, I'm going to invest for you. Asiangalia what atakula kwanza.
Yes.
Let's first invest, and then
Tujenge biashara kwanza.
Tujenge biashara kwanza.
Yeah.
It will really help us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Magdalene, for you.
Okay, as I mentioned, Mosoro offers nutrition solutions, and unfortunately, malnutrition is, a lot of people struggling with malnutrition is a poverty issue. So for me to access that particular market, or for me to be able to support people struggling with malnutrition because of poverty, then my ideal partner would be NGOs or individuals who are willing to offer food to this particular group of people.
Yeah.
So, for example, you will find even children with Down syndrome, because of how they are physically, they're not able to eat solid foods. And that's one of the reasons why we really major on our porridge flour, because when you're sick, even when you're sleeping, it's easy for somebody to hold you and feed you porridge. Yeah, so an institution like the World Food Program, UNICEF, or individuals who are looking to support this particular group of people, or we have a number that we're working with. So also, if you're looking for a way to support these particular groups, you can reach out, and we can be able to end malnutrition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So, yes, please.
Okay, kama naweza hand, kulisema kwa TikTok, so there are potential clients, customers there. So, ingine naweza nini, maybe about those people owning apartment, kuna hiyo kurun network ndani. So, maybe if someone akona nia naweza nipea that contract, I can come, ni mweke the networking, nifanye networking, yeah, and tenant wapate network. Yeah, so whoever has maybe an apartment, maybe office, yeah, I'm here.
Good.
Yeah.
So, and on that note, hata before niongeze maneno mengine, go to the description box. This is for our viewers, anyone who's watching. Go to the description box. I have plugged all these businesses. So kama Grace amesema, if you're building an apartment na unataka mtu wa kukuja kufanya hiyo network, ndio wateja wako wapate nini? Internet hapo nyumbani, right? She's the person you need to talk to. So I have plugged all these businesses. Please, niko tu na ombi moja. Go check them out. Go support them. Go buy something. Yeah? Enda kwa Irene ununue ka jumpsuit. Ama ka jacket. Sasa ni weather ya baridi. So enda ununue ka jacket. Go to Magdalene's. Enda ununue uji. Unga ya uji. Uende upike uji. Ni wakati wa baridi. Tuna need kukunywa uji. Wanasemanga joto yutoka kwa tumbo, right? It's true. And Isa here is a beekeeper. Yeah? Please.
And a fashion designer.
And also a fashion designer. Please go patronize the businesses. That's the only ask I have of you today for our viewers. Please, nimeenda hapo. Please, enda tu click. Isho isiishe kama huja click. Na ukaenda at least ukaangalia, ukaona kuna hii, unaweza kosa kununua leo, but kesho na kesho kutwa ni siku nyingine. There's still an opportunity, si ndio? Yeah, and if you're watching this and you're in the ecosystem, you've heard everything our young men and women here have talked about. Our young man, he's representing men, so we are saying young men and women here have talked about. Umesikia challenges zao, umesikia the possible areas of partnership. So if you're one of those people, please, description box, right? Nitahakisha nimeacha mpaka contact information. Tumeacha hapo contact information. If you feel like there's a way you can support Isa in his beekeeping journey, please, nitaacha his phone number hapo kwa description box. You'll get all that information, right? And it's the same for everybody. Yeah, because lazima support hii biashara ndio biashara igrow, si ndio? But I feel like this has been such an awesome conversation, right? And I feel like we can continue talking and talking and talking and talking, but I feel like for today everything we've shared is quite a lot. You've given me as a small business owner, by the way, kitu ya kufikiria about how I run my business, and also I feel like I relate to so many of the things that you've mentioned here today. So nataka tu kusema asanteni sana for taking your time to come have a chat with me, for sharing your stories with so much, like openness. Jenyewe watu wamefungua roho wakasema vile mambo iko kwa ground, si ndio? Yeah. And to our audience, please, description box, you'll see I've plugged all their businesses, and if you want to reach out to them, pia kuna contact information for each of the businesses. Go buy something, please. Go buy something, right? Yes. And kuna kitu ingine mtu anasikia anataka kuongeza tukifunga?
Yeah, I'm also open to collaborate with other creatives in terms of fashion and design. So I do graphic design, majorly on graffiti, urban designs. So you can reach out and you can work something out.
Yeah,
I'm open.
Good.
Okay. Also, apart from business, I'm also a mentor and a facilitator for GBV, sexual and gender-based violence.
Yeah.
I do offer mentorship to survivors of sexual and gender-based violence to come out, speak, and the importance of healing. Because I learned that unless you heal, you will never grow. You'll just live with pain. You'll just live with. We'll have a society where we have bitter mothers, bitter sisters. You see, your mother is old. We have to normalize vitu mingi. It's not that it's okay. It's because you are a mother, umekuwa violated, and you never ukwaipata help. So you are a very bitter mother. So I do mentorship, I do sessions for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Your number ya Irene tunaweka hapo kwa description box. Just go there. If you feel like you would want to have a conversation with Irene, please you can reach her hapo kwa description box. Kuna contact information yote. And then if you're watching us and you're a young man or a woman running a business, we'd love to hear from you. Tuambie hapo kwa comment section. Si ndio? Ndio tuone tuko wangapi. Tuambie in the comment section the kind of business that you run na uko based wapi. Alafu pia plug biashara yako. Si ndio? This is a free. Please, I have given you all the plug your business hapo kwa comment section. Yeah? Ndio sisi wote tusonge mbele. Tujenge nchi yetu. Sindio? Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. And I feel like I would want to host you guys again. Mkuje tu tuendelee. Like, cause sasa, you started with how many behinds?
I started with 15.
How many do you have now?
Going to 30.
30. You've doubled. Well done. Tulianza na 1 computer and 1 printer. Now we are at 10 computers and how many printers?
2 printers.
2 printers, and I can imagine they're the massive ones. Sindio?
Yeah.
Yay. Well done. Irene,
Okay, I started.
ulianza na customer base ya watu wangapi?
Okay, sikuwa na customers. Nikwambia my idea was
Friends.
Then
ukarealize, yeah?
nikarealize
Hapo
yeah.
ngumu.
And after that nikaenda Gikomba ku restock, restock 2,000 to 3,000. But saizi nikiendanga I do a restock every week of about 10 to 15,000.
Every week. Oh wow. High five. Well done. Magdalene, ulianzia nyumbani, jikoni.
Yeah.
Na sasa you have a factory.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I'm assuming it was just you and how many other people?
Oh,
Ukiwa
no.
hapo jikoni kwa nyumba.
Oh, it was just me and my help alikuwa ananisaidia.
So you are just 2.
Yeah.
But now I can imagine in a whole factory. How many are you now?
And now we have permanent of 5. Yes. And alafu sasa plus casuals.
Casuals ni wangapi?
Would depend na the season.
In a
but
good
we
season.
would get up to 10.
10.
Yeah.
That is a whole 15 people that
Yeah.
you're employing now. So, closing remarks, guys. Biashara ni poa. And from the conversation, inaweza sound ni kama challenges ni mingi, but you can see the progress. Like ina sound ni kama tumeongea challenges ni mingi, na challenges ziko bado, but you can see the growth. Imagine, in how many, beekeeping umesema ulianza 2019?
2019, yeah.
2019. And Threaded Avenue?
The revenue is No, Beekeeping 2018, Thread Avenue 2019.
And for the Thread Avenue, you've been able to sell to 4 different continent. Yani hatuongei juu ya Africa, hatuongei countries, tunaongea continents. Oh, well done. And then the beekeeping biashara has doubled over the 5 years. 4 years, 5 years? Yeah.
Despite the challenges.
But then tumesema biashara challenges lazima. Lazima, because that's how we move to the next level, right? That's how our businesses grow. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, guys, is that biashara ni poa, and the challenges are there, but the challenges help us to move to the next level. Umesikia hizo biashara zote. Mtu alianza hapa, sasa ako hapa. Wote walianzia hapa, sasa wako hapa. Now, with access to funding, tunaenda hapa. Sindio? But I wish you all the very best. I wish you all the very best, because you're not just business men and women, you're also trailblazers. People who are moving this country forward and growing the economy. Sindio? Asanteni sana. Sasa kuna kuku. Tukule kuku. Kuna lunch. Sindio? Sasa masali za lunch. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.